I recently read in a blog called The Secret Psychology of Why We Love Completing To-Do Lists, and it said, when we complete individual tasks, our brain releases dopamine, which causes positive feelings such as happiness, pleasure, and motivation. When we are positively motivated to do something, we not only take pleasure in completing the task at hand, we also attribute positive feelings towards repeating the process. Article after article, I read the reasoning behind why checklists are so satisfying, and they all pointed to the neurological response. The dopamine that our brain releases acts as a reward and motivates us to do it again. And because these days I will take all the motivation that I can get, I'm setting out to put this theory to test. This is the fourth time I've planted these exact seeds. My first batch was attacked and eaten, my second batch was flooded, and my third batch was scorched in this tremendous Carolina heat. I am hoping that this time we will have success. And if nothing else, I hope to embody the try and try again for anyone else out there that is finding it hard to keep their plant babies alive in this season. As promised, here is a look at the stevia that we just made. If you missed our last video, we harvested stevia leaf from the garden with a plan to make stevia extract. I allowed the stevia leaf to soak in the solvent for about 30 hours, and this is the final result. This is my first time making stevia extract. We typically purchase it from the store, so when I saw that it was green, it actually took me back. But of course it should be green because it comes from green leaves, which left me pondering what has been done to the stevia that we purchase from the store that makes it clear. It never dawned on me that its natural state should without a doubt be green. I love using basters for things like this. I feel like it makes easy work of a task, such as transferring liquid from one jar to a smaller jar. Although this batch of stevia won't take years to use, stevia extract actually has a shelf life of 3 to 5 years, which is pretty cool. One of the concerns or things that you are trying to avoid when making stevia extract is the bitterness. Well, I'm happy to report that I tasted no bitterness at all. The bitterness can come from soaking the leaves too long. So we soak them, as I said, for 30 hours. I would love to do this again and stretch that to 36 hours to see if there is a substantial difference. I was curious and tried one of the leaves that was strained, and it still had sweetness left inside of the leaf. In our last video, I went over the different benefits that's associated with stevia. Definitely check that out if you are interested in more than the sweetness of the stevia leaf. A dropper bottle lid would be more convenient to use with the stevia, but I don't have one at the moment, and so I am using the lids that came with these amber jars, but plan to get a dropper just for the stevia sooner than later. Now for the taste test. In my opinion, based on my experience with stevia, I would have to say that it's so good. Hands down, the best stevia I've ever tasted without leaving any aftertaste in my mouth. It was perfect. And the stevia leaves dried within hours of being in the greenhouse. Hey you guys, my name is Taquisha. This is our Freedom Song, and I am so happy that you are here. So now that you know who I am and where you are, let's go harvest sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes take 85 to 150 days to mature, which is 12 to 21 weeks. We planted these sweet potatoes late April or early May, I believe, which would be 18 to 20 weeks ago. So we should have sweet potatoes to harvest in this bed. We have some huge changes coming to this garden space, which is why I need to go ahead and harvest these potatoes. Let's see this little patch right here.
Can I get it? Splendid. Can I get it, Mommy?
So pull this up. Let's see.
We have to hide these from Princeton because then he's going to name one Fred.
Okay, so this is the first batch. We could have waited up until our very first frost to harvest these potatoes.
The raw potatoes come with it. I think I don't like sweet potatoes, but
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, ooh.
Yep. So we also have a bed of sweet potatoes growing in the front of our house, which was planted a couple weeks behind this bed. We will give that bed at least another month. We will make sure to harvest before our first frost, which isn't till about November the 5th. In our next video, I'm hoping to share with you our new plans for this space. Now, I am so excited about having the opportunity to reconstruct the garden. So the reason why we are harvesting these potatoes now is because all of the soil that's in this bed is going to need to be transported to a space so that we can actually move the bed but still keep the soil. I am still very amazed that it was only last year when we created this garden space, and it has changed so much since then. If you are new here and you haven't been here from the beginning, listen, definitely take a look back if you need some encouragement, because we brought this space from nothing to what you see now, and it's a major difference. And now that we have our greenhouse, I really want to incorporate the greenhouse into our garden scene. So, opening up the garden some to expose the greenhouse as well as allow easy access from the greenhouse into the garden is going to be a part of our next step. I have encouraged you guys before to take a look around and see what it is that you have that you can use to create a space that you will absolutely love. And that is what I am planning to do again. I am in the process of taking another look at the garden to see what it is that I can reuse in this space to create the space that we will absolutely love that will serve us in this season. One example is our inexpensive hoop house. If you haven't seen that video, we took our cattle panels that we had used in our garden and then we used them to create a hoop house last fall. We really needed a hoop house at that point, so repurposing those cattle panels was the solution for us. And in finding a solution for us, we actually ended up encouraging so many people with that project who needed something just like that. I am hoping to do the same thing. Now that we have our greenhouse, we no longer need a hoop house. So that means that I can then take those cattle panels that we use for our hoop house and repurpose them for this next season and phase of our life in our garden. Although we love our garden, we think it's absolutely beautiful. It brings so much joy and beauty to our property. I'm happy for this next phase where we can then figure out how to make it all cohesive and one happy space. I love how the garden is an extension of our home and how we get to come out here and be just as creative outside for this space as we are inside of our home. Doesn't it just feel so good when you are able to write down the things that you need to get done and you just see them one by one being completed? It is such a great feeling. I feel like I need to make checklists more often because that was very satisfying, checking off each and everything that I set my heart and my mind to do today. And I'm excited about these potatoes being done. I'm excited about following the stevia as well as planting the broccoli again. It's okay. It's all right. I am so happy to be an example of what it looks like to try and try again. Thank you guys for joining me in the garden today. I will see you guys next time.